Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. I'm still sick. I don't know. I'm not sure what this is, but don't get it, whatever it is. Anyway, so out in the shop doing a few things, getting some handles finished up on knives, trying to get some stuff out the door. Semi on time. But if you guys have been paying attention at all to this whole hatchet building endeavor that I've been on, or learning how to build them, then you'll understand what I'm going to talk about today, and that is hatchet handles and axe handles. As I've mentioned in previous videos, my goal is to start producing high quality hatchets and axes for the outdoorsman, the bushcrafter, etc. And it's something I've been wanting to do for quite a while. But getting a consistent product is not even the same thing as getting a good product once or twice. And so it's been a learning process, and I'm getting closer. But I've recently ran into my biggest problem so far when it comes to the design and construction of the hatchet. So this is a recent hatchet I made, and it's the one in the video that I put up. And if you'll look at the eye here, you'll notice it's rather elongated, like you would normally expect. By contrast, here is your standard Swedish axe from Gränsfors, and you can see it's shaped a little differently. These are some hatchet handles that I purchased, and if you look at the ends of the eye, you'll notice perhaps that they are even different still. Basically, what I am trying to show you is that the eye of a hatchet or axe is something that has to fit the handle, or vice versa. And your run-of-the-mill production hatchets or axes have a relatively narrow, small eye, and hence the production handles are constructed in a similar manner. I bought some of these thinking I could put them on hatchets until I can start making my own. However, I cannot put these on hatchets. Here's why. To start with, these particular hatchet handles, and in large part, most of the production hatchet handles you can buy are not very well made. Often the kerf for the wedge is off center, just wandering around. There are chips out of the end. Most of them are quite off center, with the portion that is shaved or sanded down to fit into the eye of the hatchet. It's off center, or at least, as you can see here, rather poorly constructed and carved out of the rest of the handle, and that's just not going to work. My goal is to make high quality tools, not not anything less, and so for that reason I can't use these. Another reason though is that the eye of, like I say, the eye of your production hatchets is relatively thinner than your average handmade or semi-handmade hatchet, and the reasoning behind that is a lot of your handmade hatchets and axes out there today have a larger eye, and that's because there's more wood there. It's therefore a stronger tool, and I'm not going to do anything less. I want to make a very strong tool, and so even if these were well-made handles, I wouldn't use them because this is not very much material here, and that's what your entire tool is depending on. And granted, if you don't abuse it and you use it carefully, it probably isn't going to break, but that's not the kind of tool I want to make. So I have to come up with a different solution. So what I have here is a nice chunk of ash, and this came from southern Michigan. Got a guy locally here, a purveyor of fine hardwoods, and he owns land in the Midwest back over there, as does his brother. And so most of the lumber, most of the wood they have, or he has, comes from their land. So this ash came off of his place, and it's good, nice, good grain. The grain's running very perpendicular to this piece, so that's gonna match up with the eye when I go to cut these out and make handles out of this. I think I can easily get 5 or 6 hatchet handles out of this, and they're gonna be good handles. So that's one piece of the puzzle. Another piece of the puzzle is your tooling, and that's been something I've been struggling with since I started. But part of the reason I've been struggling with it is that your axe or hatchet eye has to match the handle that you want to put in the tool, or vice versa. And so what do you start with? Do you start with a drift and then make your handle to the drift? Or do you start with a hatchet handle and make the drift to the hatchet handle? Well, that's where the dilemma has been, because I wanted to make a larger, thicker eye, and I haven't had the handle to fit that. So now that I have the material to make my own handles, I can zero in on exactly what I want to do with the eye shape and size. So what does all that mean? It means that I have to make a new drift. Anyway, just wanted to bring you guys along on that update. That's kind of where I'm at on the whole process, so getting closer slowly. Oh, and I think I found a supplier for the steel that I want to use, 4142. Kind of in the out in the wilderness when it comes to materials where I'm at. So I don't know. I'm not sure where the closest place is. Hopefully I got a line on it. Hopefully I can get it in flat bar. It's gonna make things much better. So that's it. But I have to go make some sheets now. Yeah, so I'm gonna go do that.